Hello fellow fish nerds and happy Water Change Wednesday. No, your screen is not upside down. The super red is upside down. Anyways, I just added some French cut green beans to the tank. Hoping that'll bring them out and active and viewable for your viewing pleasure. Here's one. Where'd it go? There it is. Obviously this is an update to last week's Water Change Wednesday video about my super red Bristlenose Plecos. Put a link to that video right here. These were my, I guess you would call it my mystery fish, my new unboxing fish from last week. Super excited to get these. Got them from a fellow fish hobbyist, fellow fish nerd, from the Fish Nerd. I'll put a link to his channel below in the description and also a link to his channel right here as well. I ordered 5 from Carlos at the Fish Nerd, and all 5 are still alive and doing well. There's 1, 2 right there. There's the 3rd one. The 4th one I think is up on the glass over there. Let's see if I can find it. And then there's a 5th one I think might be, where was it? I don't know. They're all 5. They're all in here. They're doing really well. And guppies don't know that's not for them. There's one swimming around. I am definitely still very happy with my choice and my purchase. The only thing I think I might change to this tank is I might add some snails, some ram's horn snails, possibly the blue ram's horn snails, since those are the, in my opinion, the prettier ones, or maybe some Japanese trapdoor snails. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe some mystery snails. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, some kind of snail to help to get rid of the last little bit of the French cut green beans, the last little bit that the guppies and the super reds don't eat before it clouds up my water. I did just do a water change and gravel vacked out most of the French cut green bean skins, I guess you would say. But there's still some I didn't get to because the water level was getting rather low. I needed to unplug my heater. So anyways, I've tried feeding them zucchini, but it is nowhere near as reactive as they are with the French cut green beans. You know you're a fish nerd if when your wife fixes French cut green beans, you're worried that she was using your fish stash of French cut green beans. Turns out she actually bought them separately. I didn't know about it. I didn't notice them in the cart, and so those were actually intended for human consumption. But you know, I asked her, well, what'd you fix these in? She said butter and salt, and I was like, maybe after we're done the leftovers I can rinse them off and just feed them to the fish. But I still had plenty of this batch left over, so there's no need to take any risk of endangering the fish or this fish keeper by angering the wife. So the students love to see these fish eating green beans. They have noticed that the guppies are not picky and that they are stupid fish. And I always tell the students, don't be a guppy in life. Don't be stupid. Don't swim into nets. Don't eat everything that falls in front of you. And yeah, that's basically it. Don't be a guppy is what I'm trying to get them to. I was hoping that the green beans would bring the Plecos to front and center here. And I'm not worried about them hiding, because they don't really hide. It's just I want them to be front and center. But and they're definitely plenty active. My students love watching them. There's another one on the bottom of the log. That one is just can't figure out where it wants to go. That one's pretty content. That one's definitely going to be a male, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you can tell in this dark lighting right here, but pretty sure that one is going to be a male. There's some bristles on its nose already starting to develop. And see if we can get it. Got my tie there. But Carlos said he's pretty sure that there was 2 in here that looked like they had bristles. I think that one might be the other one. I don't know, maybe not. And then 3 that looks like they don't have them. Obviously at this age it's difficult to determine the gender. But, you know, Carlos knows what he's doing. I fully trust him, and I'm pretty sure he's right. And it might even be even better. It might even be, I don't know, 1 male with 4 females might mean a really busy male. But there's a good shot. That might even be a thumbnail. Yep, think so. Be a nice thumbnail right there. So, yeah, eating really nicely. I've yet to find an amount of green beans that these guys will not put away. I do know that I will need to do increased water changes due to the fact of how much they will be pooping. Also due to the increased food left behind from whatever they don't eat. But that's perfectly fine with me. The driftwood that this one's currently next to, I found it for free in the woods, so it didn't cost me anything. I do have a piece of driftwood I bought from the local fish store in my 20-gallon long tank, but turns out I'm not even going to need it because I have another piece of large driftwood, as you saw, floating in the top of this tank. But it's a nice fish. Carlos is doing a great job of breeding these fish. I'm definitely happy with these fish. And they are happy. They are rock hard. They are hardy fish. I mean, they went from being shipped from Saturday, and they arrived at my house on Tuesday. Now granted, it is fall weather, and they were in breather bags, which helps. Both of those things help. And he fasted them first, which also helps. But they were shipped from Saturday to Tuesday. Then obviously with a breather bag, you plop and drop. I mean, you don't temperature acclimate them because that'll cut off the oxygen supply. I guess I could have drip acclimated them, but they did just fine. Let's see what I do next. Then they that next morning I brought them into my classroom tank and just dumped them right in here, and they did just fine. I mean, these are some hardy fish. I mean, hardy fish. So great fish to have if you're nervous. I mean, obviously make sure you don't have any chlorine in your water. Make sure your water isn't like crazy horrible, full of nitrites or nitrates and ammonia and stuff. Make sure it's reasonable water. But you know, I mean, I even think with guppies, if I had to dump them that quickly from one tank, you know, and they just stayed in one tank for that night, where'd they go? Then they would have possibly freaked out. Oh, funny story. There's the smallest one right there. But when I was getting them out of my daughter's glowfish tank the next morning, I put them in my DIY plastic mesh breeder box thing with the lid over top of it. The lid from the tank was over top of it, and went to go get them out of there, and I could find 4 fish. I could not find the 5th fish. I was like, where is that 5th fish? I looked all through the tank, moved everything around, moved all the decorations, all the plants, couldn't find it. Where's the 5th fish? I realized I have a hang-on back filter. Maybe it went in there. Sure enough, I opened up the hang-on back filter, and there it was, sitting right in there. Scooped it out of there, put it in the bag. I had no idea, wasn't bothered in the least bit, and they're all doing just fine. I mean, some hardy fish. mean, not picky. Just, I'm really impressed with how hardy they are, and my gosh, they can eat. This is the second time today I fed them, and you would think I've never fed them. Just a neat fish. I mean, tough, appetite, active. It doesn't hide very much. It's cool to watch them hanging upside down, swimming around, all the above. My students love watching them. But anyways, I guess that'll do it for Water Change Wednesday. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Turn on the notifications. Click that bell below. Because I will be posting more updates of these fish once they start showing signs of breeding, once they get bigger. They are not close to breeding size yet. They need to get about another inch or two on them, then they'll start being, I think, breeding size. There right now, this one's the smallest, is about 2 inches, so I guess another inch or so, and it'll be ready to breed. Here's the other one. But once they do that, then I'll hope to, there's my sticker. I'll hope to make some more videos of them. Maybe I'll post a video of when I add the snails and see the difference that the snail cleanup crew makes. But anyways, yeah, be sure to turn on the notifications, subscribe, comment below with any questions or comments you have. Lots of comments do turn into being eventual videos, so do not hesitate to leave me a comment. That's it. So stay tuned and stay fishy, people.